Hello, dear ones. Welcome back to Consciousness Coaching with me. I'm Mel Rentmeister, and today we will be talking about 3D and 5D and how to get from 3D into 5D. Now, I'm going to clean up some of the misconceptions that exist within the spiritual field about 3D and 5D and how we get to there. And already in wording it like this, there is a flaw in the way we word this, because 5D is not somewhere where we get to or somewhere where we go to. 5D is a level of consciousness, right? It's a dimension, the fifth dimension of awareness and consciousness. So it's not a place. And even though it will have implications on what you live, what you experience, and how, it's primarily an expansion of the third and fourth dimensional experience and knowing and awareness and consciousness. So it's an expansion of it. It's not separate, which means, right? What does this mean? We live in 3D here, right? So we have the three dimensions and we have past, present, and future. So we have the time. And then we also have the fourth dimension, which plays into this. For example, when we're in dream state. And so, because there is no time, right? This is timelessness and spacelessness. That's the fourth dimension. And so while we're here, we are dealing with these aspects. Okay, and we're also dealing with polarity. The third dimension is all about polarity and about dualism. And this is how we find our way into creating our reality. It is through this polarity. In other dimension, it doesn't exist like that. You create differently, but this is how it is here. Now, in order for us to experience the fifth dimensional level, which is, just to simplify it, the level of unconditional love, of understanding who and what we truly are, of having an expanded view on everything that's in the third and fourth dimension and below that, understanding all of it and encompassing all of that, right? With complete love, seeing everything as perfect. There is no objection or rejection of anything, because the realization is, I'm all that. I am the third dimension. I am the fourth dimension, right? So it's about inclusion of the other dimensions. So this is also why it makes sense then for those people who have a tendency to escape from the third dimension, from here, into this vision of the fifth dimension, and people will be compassionate and caring, and there will be love and telepathy, and we will all be one, and as a basis of living together. You cannot reach that experience or that consciousness if you reject the experience that you have here. So if we reject the third dimensional life and experience, we can never ever get to the consciousness level of the fifth dimension. Only by mastering the third and fourth dimension, by understanding it, by embracing it, by using it, and by increasing our light in the process, will we get to this lightful stage of the fifth dimension. And Matthias de Stefano said it beautifully. He said, enlightenment is not about going up to the sky. It's about shining here in the third dimension. Enlightenment is about shining your light in the third dimension. So you cannot say, I'm going to close off. I do not want to experience anything here because everything is so awful. Everything is suffering. Everything is pain. Everything is awful, horrible. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm going to stay put and wait until 5D is here. That's not how it works, because the 5D consciousness is an individual process. So yes, we can get to that, and we can get to it as a collective. But every one of us has their individual process in which this happens. And we cannot say, you all manifest 5D and I just come along then. We have to all be the creator of it, because you create your experience. As long as you feel stuck in 3D, you will be stuck in 3D. And what keeps us stuck often is the rejection, the not embracing what we have here. And this doesn't mean embrace the pain. It means view it as part of the polarity system here and the dualistic system. Notice that this is not what you want to experience. So then move to what you want to experience instead and begin creating that. Begin experiencing that. And by you experiencing more of what you want then, you will also notice, I do have creation power. I am a creator. Wow. And I can create more light and I can expand my own light because that's my intent. That's what I want to do. That's what I came here for. So the brighter we are, the more our light reflects or adjusts to the light of the fifth dimension, because the fifth dimension is light. This frequency is frequency and light, right? So by us shining like a fifth dimensional being, we're moving up into the fifth dimension. But with a consciousness stuck in 3D, you cannot experience 5D consciousness. Does that make sense? And therefore, it's so important. It's the most important thing anyone needs to hear now. If you want to have other experiences, like a fifth dimensional consciousness experience, okay, of this utopia, let's say, just of this beautiful, unconditionally loving perfection state of being. If this is what you aspire to and what you would wish for humanity to move towards, then you need to begin today to love this life you have here. And you don't have to love what's not working right now. You don't have to love what's painful right now. Begin with the things that are easy in your life. There are always easy things, even if we have a lot of focus on the negative, and this might be a mountain and the easy one is just a grain of sand. It's there. Find it, appreciate it, love it today. This will be the start of you moving into the fifth dimension. Expand your love for what's easy in your life right now. Maybe what's even endearing, what's lovable, what's beautiful, what's warm, what's gentle. Expand this and feel your light. By you loving this, you will start to glow. You will start to shine. And by you shining your light, maybe even on everything that you see gradually, even the most controversial issues you may observe. Your fifth dimensional consciousness is not at all affected by what's going on in 3D because it knows that it's perfect. And us being in the polarity and in the controversial confrontation of everything and moving around that, this is how we create our preferences and this is how we create our beingness, who we are being. So this is how we turn up our light. And the more we do this consciously, and it's really hard here, I totally get it. I'm a human being too in this world. It's not easy to do this in this duality everywhere. Oh my goodness, it could be so much easier if just everyone could love everyone, right? Yes. But we came here to do it the hard way. We came here to learn by manipulating energy, and I mean this in a positive way, the word manipulating energy, and create what you want to be out of it. Meaning allowing your light to shine despite all the polarity, despite all the negativity, despite all the darkness. You shine more and more and more. And by you, I mean me, I mean all of us. In embracing this life here and learning everything we can about 3D and 4D, we're then able to expand into fifth dimensional consciousness and experience that. Because in fifth dimensional consciousness, there is no such thing as, oh, I don't like this, that's why I desire that. It doesn't exist there. Because everything you realize, you are everything. You're this and you're that. And there is not even a this and that, right? As you move up the dimensions, and now it gets really complicated, there is only one, right? There is only one source. So there is not even a this or a that. This is only the beautiful, orchestrated, I don't want to say illusion, because illusion always feels like it's not real. It is real, but at the same time, it's not the truth. The truth is, there's just one, there's just you, just me, just one. There is nothing that exists outside of us, because the one exists inside of us. I hope this makes sense. Okay, so the main message from this is how to get into 5D. We cannot escape 3D and get into 5D. We need to master 3D totally. And once we do that, meaning letting your light shine here. And this is by you, being blissful, being joyful. Follow your heart, follow your bliss, follow your love. By you being that and living that, this is exactly the process of creating 5D. As simple as that and as difficult as that. Okay? Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you for today. And we'll talk again next time if you want to.